So I want to apologize in advance for the quality of the video. Unfortunately, the clip got corrupted and I had to pull it from my stream, which was also experiencing a couple of issues that night. So sorry in advance, but I got into a really dope fight the other night on my Ice Gauntlet Rapier build. And as the fight kind of unfolds in the background here, if you freak my stream at all, I'm kind of probably becoming a broken record at this point because one of the things that I talk about probably every time I stream is my hopes that they facilitate open world PvP a little bit more. And that in itself is a topic that we can dive into in another video. But the reason why I get so much more enjoyment out of world PvP is because the engagements within themselves are way more unique than fighting in the same outpost rush battleground or the same war scenario every time. It's literally a story, and it's what really allows me to put my builds that I enjoy making to the test. And again, we'll dive into this in another video, but I really hope that with some time we'll get some more PvP. But as you can tell in the background here, I was trying to farm some gypsum, and we ran into another green player, and I was kind of getting tired of people just not wanting to PvP all day, so I kind of just started attacking people on site. So we ended up getting into a fight with this player here, and a pretty crazy fight ensued. So I had ended up being here for honestly like a couple of hours trying to farm up my gypsum, and after we ran into that player, I had needed literally one more obsidian gypsum. And as we're killing this boss here, I see somebody kind of peek in the doorway here, and he ended up calling a couple of his friends or guildmates, I guess. And we ended up getting a really fun fight here. So as soon as they run into the chapel here, I'm already on the back foot because I was low from the boss. My potions were on cooldown, and we ended up getting shot at right away. And you even see me kind of walk back over there because I wanted to make sure to see if it's an obsidian. And I was honestly willing to die at that point because I had finally gotten my gypsum, but we managed to make it out of the chapel. So I tried to get a little bit of regen going. We managed to get a potion off, and we're ready for this fight. And I try to gauge how their builds are, what their defenses are, and see which target I should try to focus. I know the player that I was fighting earlier was pretty squishy, but you see there, as soon as I kind of get into a brawl, we get a lot of damage from the great axe, and we start getting pelted from the bow and arrow there. So we jump into the entomb to just keep ourselves safe during that grav well there. We get a little bit of health reset off of our entomb, and I'm kind of trying to just split them up a little bit and find an opening here. We roll and get a beautiful ice shower on both players, get a nasty spike on I believe the player that we were fighting earlier. We go super aggro on him, and we get the first target taken out there with a pretty nice finish there without taking too much damage. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue moving on here and trying to pick off the next target. I know that this player here is much squishier than the Great Axe player. We land another nasty spike, and again I go super aggressive on him. We've got a ton of wraiths, a ton of volts, and I managed to land the finish on him. The Great Axe player now is left to the 1v1, but I believe they do have a camp nearby. I actually go for the offensive option of my entomb there, proccing the chill. And with all of these mobs around us, we're just brawling. I end up winning the exchange, and he gets pretty low. We land the spike to stagger and slow him and try to catch up to him. But as you saw in the corner there, a couple of teammates had respawned and made it back. So I'm trying to not go too aggressive here and get myself killed. He does a pretty good job of avoiding the spike. We land the parry into his hammer stun though and get a really nice finish off on the hammer player. And then we're left to the bow player. I immediately flash to him, staying aggressive and not giving him any time to react. Land two nasty heavies there. I believe it's in a glass cannon build, and like I showed you guys in the last video, both of our rapiers are really strong right now. But we do a ton of damage to him, chase him down, land the parry, and get the finish off on the player that respawned there. But another beautiful open world fight there. This is why world PvP is so much more enjoyable to me. it's the stories that accompany the fights that make it so much more enjoyable. Like I mentioned, I'd been out here for hours trying to farm this gypsum. I almost left because I was just getting tired of it, and because I decided to stay to try to get that last gypsum, we ended up running into this beautiful fight here. And as you see, the hammer player actually ends up coming back. A couple of them actually end up spawning. We killed them a couple of times. He gets a pretty nasty stun on me. Lands the stun into the heavy, but we're got a potion off cooldown. I throw out the shower, and he actually takes his big toe, steps into the shower, and he gets rooted there by the heavy attack, and we land another finish off there. But it's the experiences like this that make me enjoy World PvP so much. And as his other teammate here kind of shows up, we go ahead and try to finish off the last kill there. But yeah, the Ice Gauntlet is also feeling very, very good. If you haven't seen my last video, the Fire Staff, both my builds honestly are in a really, really good place now that I've gotten a lot of my gear in a better place. But yeah, very, very, very enjoyable fight. GG's to the guys that I was fighting, of course. Very, very fun fight. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
GG's.